You know what God has for you is for you, right? No one can take it, okay? Divine timing is always key. Peace, family, peace, 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 peace. I hope you guys are having such an amazing night, day, wherever you are. If not, do understand and get that your day, night is going to get better once your perception gets better. So today's video is about you blocking your manifestation, your blessing, okay? If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Zena Bryant. I do inspiration videos and some shopping and some vegan cooking, okay? I really want you to understand this because, sis, I want the best for you. Okay, and you are deserving, you are worthy, and you are enough, okay? For whatever desire it is that you may have in your heart, I am here to tell you, you deserve it, okay? So, I had wrote some things down, okay, so we can stay on topic. Okay, so, my handy dandy notebook. 4 ways that you are blocking your manifestation. 1, you are envious, okay? And I'm gonna give you guys a few stories, okay? I remember when I used to live in transitional housing and I was in my early 20s, okay? I think I was about like 23. And transitional housing, what it is pretty much you stay. And the nuns where I stayed at, they didn't like for you to call it a shelter, okay? Because it was anything but that, right? But it's like, think of it like a campus and you on dorm. You know, you stand on campus, right? So at college, that's how I interpret it because it was sort of the same exact thing, but you know, some rules and stipulations and stuff like that. So I stayed in transitional housing for 16 months. And you go there because, you know, your living arrangements, right? You go there pretty much so you can get Section 8, so you can have your own apartment one day. And so I went there, and it was like downtown Jersey City, which is absolutely gorgeous, okay? That's where I'm from, Jersey City. I remember it was a school, okay? I think it's called St. Peter's Prep, okay? It was a school, an all-boys school. And I remember at that time it was my oldest son. At that time, I think he was about 5 years old or so. And my oldest daughter, Jada, okay, she was, I believe, like 3 or 2 years old. And so I'm staying in this transitional housing program. No, she had to be younger than that. But anywho, I had 2 children, okay, at this particular time. I'm staying in this transitional housing, and I see these rich kids, wealthy kids, okay? And they go into like this all-white school. It was predominantly white. And you see them with all these different types of exotic cars, you know, so many different cars. And at that time, I was dating a guy who was from DR, Dominican Republic, okay? And he was the Dominican Republic and Venezuelan. And his interpretation was so completely different from mine. So when I would see these kids, I would be envious of them. Like, I would talk mess. I would be like, damn, these kids, you know, they got everything and they driving their mama or daddy car. Like, I was just jealous, okay? Outright, blatantly, I'ma just call it thing. I was jealous, okay? Because I said, God, dog, they driving their mother or father car. And I had this whole story. Oh, on the weekends, they probably having some fancy, you know, it was just this whole fancy story. But let me tell you something. If you are operating out of jealousy, you are resisting. You are actually blocking your manifestation. Because why would the universe, why would God give you something if you are saying things like they don't deserve it? Remember, we are a reflection of one another. So at the same time you saying they don't deserve it, guess who else you're saying don't deserve it? You don't deserve it. Remember, the subconscious mind, it does not know fantasy from reality. So when you keep on saying, oh, this person don't deserve it, you know, they shouldn't be where they are. Basically, you're saying you shouldn't be where you are and you don't deserve it. So that's one, okay? The next thing, how you are blocking your manifestation, is you don't believe, okay, honey? And this whole thing, you have to be like the darn farmer, okay? You planting seeds of success. And remember this, success is the realization, and I had got this from Earl Nightingale, the realization of you doing the thing that you enjoy to do. Doing the thing that you are passionate, not doing what somebody else expects of you to do, but doing something that you enjoy. You want to be a school teacher, you want to do it because you love educating students, little kids or whatever, right? You enjoy that. You get, you know, it sort of fulfills you, so to speak, okay? You look forward to doing that. But if you are a person that you are planting seeds of, you know, success, like you're like, all right, well, I'm going to make a video. But then you like, nobody's going to watch it, right? You're already setting yourself up for failure, because remember, our cells and our body, they are alive and they can hear. They do the same exact thing that we do. They poop, honey, they can hear, okay? They can see. It's the same exact concept. So when you cancel yourself out, guess what? Your cells hear that and it's going to cancel you out. It's sort of you programming yourself up for failure, okay? I remember listening to Dick Gregory, and one of the things he said was, he said, if somebody wants to go to Paris, right, and they tell themselves that they'll never be able to go to Paris, you just stopped your blessing. You just stopped your manifestation, because you telling yourself you will never be able to go there. And that is not the case. Although you may not even see how you're going to get there, and that's a lot of things for the manifestation. I'm gonna share another story with you guys. So about, I want to say 3 years ago, right, when the whole STEMI thing was going on, and stimulus checks and stuff, and I remember I kept on telling my oldest son, who is now 21 years old, I kept on telling him, right, like, we gonna have a car. We gonna have a car. At this particular time, I just believed. I had rented a car, and for us to go to Atlanta, Georgia, right? Me and my two oldest children. And I was feeling so much energy, and I just had this knowingness that I was going to have a car soon. There was nothing around me that showed me that I was going to have a car soon, but it was this energy that I was feeling. And you also have to understand that emotions are energy in motion, right? So I had this feeling like I know I'm gonna have a car soon. You know, I was feeling so good, because it was just like a knowingness, right? And one of the things my oldest son said, he was like, you're going to have a car soon. He didn't believe it. But just because he didn't believe it, it did not make me not believe. I just kept saying, yes, I am. We are going to have a car soon. Well, fast forward. Me and my oldest children, we went to Atlanta, Georgia, December the 31st. It was New Year's Eve, okay? We went to Atlanta, Georgia. By March, okay, I had enough money to buy 2 cars. And I know I had enough money to buy 2 cars, because that's in fact what I exactly did. I brought 2 cars. Okay. So a lot of times you're not going to be able to see like how things are going to work itself out. But I can almost assure you and guarantee you that things are working themselves out. But you have to have faith. Okay. You definitely, most certainly have to have faith, okay? And if you, and many people say, oh no, I do have faith. I believe, but you may have faith, but using your faith in the wrong way. See, you have faith that things don't work. You have faith that, when you do something, it's not going to be successful. I want you to redirect your faith, knowing that when you do touch something, it turns to gold. Knowing that whenever you do show up, people are there to see you win. I want you to redirect your faith, okay? The next thing is you're not listening to your intuition. This is 3. You're not listening to your intuition. When your intuition tells you to do something, honey, you need to listen to it. You need to do that thing. And a lot of times why people don't listen to their intuition because they don't trust themselves. We oftentimes say, I don't trust this person. I don't trust, these people. But no, it's really you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself when your intuition is telling you to leave that relationship, right? That you shouldn't date this person. But yet and still, you see the red flags, but you change the red flags and make them green. Okay, green is my favorite color. Okay, you change the red flags and try to make them into green because you have convinced yourself that you can change people. Okay, and honey, you can't change nobody. So you need to listen to your intuition. If your intuition told you to write the book, what are you waiting for? Why haven't you wrote the book yet? If your intuition told you to give a speech, why haven't you done that speech yet? If your intuition told you to start the video, why haven't you shown up to start the video? If your intuition told you to open that business, why haven't you opened that business? The reason why you haven't opened that business is because you operate in fear as opposed to faith. Because your ego have convinced you and told you that it don't make sense. If you was to write that book, no one is going to buy it. Let me tell you something, okay? What I know to be true. Whenever you get a download, right, that's just pretty much a gut feeling. For you to do something, it is for you to do that thing. And there's a reason behind for you to do that thing. And if you trust, okay, you're going to show up and do the thing. Now, your ego is going to tell you all types of stuff. Nobody's going to watch you. Nobody is going to listen to you. Nobody is going to show up to support you. And that is not true. That is not true because it's a reason it's telling you to do the things that it's telling you to do. So in my life, every time that I have listened to my intuition, I came up on top. When you don't listen to your intuition and you pretty much operating from the ego, okay, you become frustrated. Because I want you to also understand this. The mind can't conceive certain things that your intuition is going to tell you to do. Your higher self is going to tell you to do. Okay? When I had got a download for me to write a book, right, I didn't know if that was like something I heard or if it was just like, the intuition did tell you to write the book. But what I did was I meditated on it. And I said, all right, well, if my intuition is telling me to write a book, what's the title of the book? And the book title was Juiced Up, that you could purchase right now on Amazon. Okay? And I didn't know if that was really what I heard, but once I finished my meditation, the first place I looked to, it was Google, because I said, I don't even know what that title means, juice stuff. Yeah, I know I'm talking about juicing and stuff like that, but what does that mean? And so when I looked it up, it said it meant something spiritual. And so I said, yeah, I didn't have a clue on where to get started at, okay? But my intuition also told me to check on Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr is pretty much a website where there's freelancers, is artists who can help you with writing a book, putting your book together. They can help you with doing thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails. They have like a multitude of services on Fiverr. And so I had found someone on Fiverr, a young lady who was so sweet. She helped me. I gave her, my ideas and stuff like that, and she put the book together for me. So you don't have to do like everything. If your intuition is telling you to show up to do something, is a reason why it's telling you to show up to do something. Remember, if you say you want to be successful, but you're not even showing up for yourself, then how could God direct you in a way that you desire to be successful? How could God, if God is telling you, all right, well, go to this place, go to this meeting at 2:00, right? And you're like, I don't know no one at this meeting. It don't make sense for you to go. Honey, I'm here to tell you, you better go to that meeting at 2:00. Even if you don't know anyone there, go to the meeting at 2:00. Because there's a reason why your intuition, your higher self is telling you to go to that meeting at 2. Okay. The next step is number 4. Your emotions is blocking your manifestation. If you angry all day, upset all day, okay, it all goes back to the reason why you may be feeling those ways is because you feel as though you are missing out on something. Okay, which brings me to gratitude. If you're not grateful for what you currently have, you're not going to be grateful for what you get. And I always use this analysis, like, imagine if you have a friend, and that friend, like, you buy things for this friend. You always treating this friend. And every time you do something for this friend, it's just not good enough, right? Nothing you do is ever good enough for this friend. It's going to make you not want to buy anything for this friend. It's going to make you stop doing anything if you're smart enough. It's going to make you stop doing anything for this friend because you're like, why would I do it? You so unappreciative. And that's the same exact thing, with source, with God, your higher self. Whenever you have things, right, and you may desire to live in, a beautiful home, 4 bedrooms or 8 bedrooms or whatever it is your desire is, you may desire that. But probably right now, you're living in a 2-bedroom home or 1-bedroom home. And you're taking it for granted and you feel like, oh, well, when I get the 4-bedroom, I'm going to be so much happy. No, if you can't be happy while you live in that 1-bedroom home, if you can't look at the things that you currently have in your life and be grateful for those things right now, then whatever was to show up, you're going to curse those things as well. And that is really the ego. Like, you always going to be on the hunt for, oh, this is not good enough. I just want more, right? And there's nothing wrong with you having goals and wanting more from life, but it's something wrong with when you're not appreciative what you currently have for life. And those things that you currently have in your life right now, you once asked for those things. You once said that you desired to have those things, and now you have those things and you just so unappreciative. But when you're grateful for what you have, that is a sure way to manifest even more. That is a way for God to even give you more of what you desire to have because you're grateful, because in the gratitude, you have this gratitude which about yourself, as though you can receive even more because you're grateful for what you currently have. I tell you guys all the time about books, right? And this book is the Prosperity Bible. And 2 books, because this is like a big book with so many little books inside. Like, it has The Science of Getting Rich, okay? And that's one of the books that I highly recommend you read. The Science of Getting Rich and The Game of Life by Florence Shen. The Game of Life and How to Play It. Those 2 books I highly, highly recommend you read. And then they also have books in here like As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It has Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich. Okay, so it has like a lot of books. If you are looking for a great read when it comes to personal development, I highly recommend you get this book. So, we're going to start focusing on what it is that we do want, we're going to be appreciative and grateful for when we see people who have what we desire to have. Okay, and the only difference between the people who have what you desire to have and they have it and probably you don't have it is they accepted the thought that they can have it. And they start working in a direction to manifest the thing that they currently have. And so you're no different. Okay, that's one. We're going to start celebrating people for the things that they currently have that we desire to have. Because when you celebrate in people and they have those things, guess who you celebrate? You're celebrating yourself as well. Okay. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start listening to your intuition. It told you to move. You're going to start moving. Let me tell you something. What you don't use, you lose. Okay. And then the third one is you're going to start having faith, knowing that things work for you. Okay, it's times in your life where so you didn't have a clue on how things was going to come together, but at the end of the day, guess what? They came together and they worked for the greater good of you. So I'm going to need you to start having faith and trusting and knowing that it is working. Things are working for you. Okay. Number 4, your emotions. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have periods of time where as though you may... It's going to be some days you're going to feel like $1 trillion, and then it's going to be some days where you're going to feel like $1 million. That's just the law of rhythm. Some days you're going to feel up, some days you're not going to feel as high. Okay, and that is okay. But what I want you to understand is, and I'm not telling you to, sweep your emotions under the rug or hide how you feel or anything like that. I'm saying to deal with those things, deal with your emotions and why you feel that way, but do not stay there. Okay, you are not a tree. You can move at any given time. Don't stay there. Okay, go through whatever it is that you're going through and grow through it, but don't stay there. And when you look at your situation, majority of the time, it's not as bad as you think it is. Because let me tell you something about this dope, amazing universe that we live in. Okay, to every problem, there's always a solution. Okay, polarity. To every problem, there's always a solution. There can never be a problem without the solution. There's always two sides of the spectrum. Okay, so I want you to really understand it and get that. All right, so we're going to start vibrating high. Okay, how would you feel that person that you desire to be? Okay, you live in that house already. You have to be there already. You have to see that already. You live there already. You have that car already. You have that relationship already. How would that person act? How would that person go day by day? How would that person show up? Okay, and when you focus on that, my friend, okay, you are able to manifest exactly what it is that you truly desire to manifest. Why? Because instead of you focusing on lack, scarcity, you are focused on gratitude. You are focused on, you are in a thankful state. Thankful for what you have. And also thankful for what you know is coming to you. Thankful for it being here in the now. Time just haven't caught up yet. Okay? So, I hope you guys got something from this. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. Stop blocking your manifestations, okay? And stop blocking your blessings. You can say blessings, manifestations, honey, tomato, okay? I want the best for you. And I know that you deserve it. And I know that you are worthy of it and you are enough. Okay? Until next time.